Hello everybody, welcome back to another video here today on my channel. It's me, Nolan Does Stuff. Today, I'm going to be doing another retro video game setup collection sort of video. So yeah, it's been a while. I think it's been like a year-ish since I did my last one of these, I believe. Anyway, I just want to do it, so let's get straight into it. Starting out, I guess we could technically use this. This is the Monster arcade machine. It still does work. I still use it. I don't know what all this stuff is. My mom put it there. It's all like gifts or whatever the heck. So yeah, but that's like the start. And then we go over here, and to the right, we have the game room. Starting off over here, we got a shelf with a lot of stuff on it. So let's just start at the top and go to the bottom. So right here, I got a box. This is kind of like my box tower, as you can see, for just random collectible boxes, I guess. Right here, I got a keyboard one. The keyboard's not even down here, it's upstairs in my room, but that's fine. Right here I got a Starfighter Ultimate joystick. It's actually in there because it doesn't work. But yeah, it's for the Commodore and Atari, yeah. So yeah, and then I got a Switch Lite. This is my mom's, but I kept the box because why not? And right here we have the Blip. The Blip digital game, which is a little Pong knockoff thingamajig handheld. And it has like little lights in it, and it moves really jankily. I'll try to... Oh, okay. I can't move it right now, sadly. But it moves, and it's really weird. It's like a little... It's a wind-up toy, basically. And it lights up, a little LED, and it goes back and forth, and you got to hit the buttons to make it go. It's really weird. But, yeah, I did make some videos with that, with, like, my friend Bennett, like a little Pong console commercial, like, oh, you're still playing the Blip? You gotta play Pong, but, yeah. So yeah, it's an interesting piece of history. So yeah, and then up here we got the C64 Mini, which is, once again, not down here, it's up in my room. But got the box for that. And then the other part of the box, like the real box, this is like the actual box it came in. So yeah, and then we got the Nintendo Switch box. This is mine, this is like the original Switch box. Then below that, you got an Xbox Series S box. So that's pretty sick. And then next to it, this is like the best one, is the original Super Nintendo box, which is much more collectible than any of these at the moment. So that's pretty cool. So that's kind of like my box shrine almost. And then moving down, we got some consoles up here. Consoles that are not currently in use, but they look cool. So yeah, I'll start here. The big wooden old boy, the Atari VCS, or Atari 2600 if you prefer. This is the original like wood grain model. The 6 switch and everything, so it's like the original. This one sadly does not work. The video cord kind of died on me, so right now it's just sitting here looking cool. So yeah, next to that we got the Sega Master System 2. This one's called the Power Base, which is weird, and then it's got the pause button on the console, which is so strange. But anyway, yeah, there's just like a little game in here. It has like a little hood cover, which you can see, but you can only go over when the cartridge is out. Oh, we got on and off switch. But yeah, Sega Master System, pretty cool. It's like the NES, like the Sega's NES, basically, if you know what I mean. It was around the same time as NES. So yeah, moving over here, we got a Wii at the bottom. This one I don't think is modded. I can't see, there's no SD card in there. So this one is not the modded one. I do have another one over there, which is modded with CTGP for the Mario Kart Wii. So it's like a bunch of 300 custom tracks, which is awesome. This one's just a normal one though. That's why it's just sitting over here. And above that, we got an NES top loader, or NES Model 2, which I haven't been using because I have the big old boy right there, which I think looks cooler and nicer. Then next to this, we got the Super Nintendo Model 2 with a Super Game Boy cartridge in it. This can allow you to play Game Boy games. You put them in here, and then you put the big cartridge in the SNES, and you play it on the TV, so that's cool. But the reason this is here is because I have an original SNES model right there with a cool like thunder thing on it. But I'll get to those later. But anyway, that's kind of the main like console stuff over here. So yeah, that's cool. Anyway, moving down, we have a mess. 2 big messes, in fact. These are my controller bins. I am working on it. Do not bully me for this, okay? I'm figuring it out. I do have a plan to organize these soon, but just not quite yet. So don't worry, I'll get to it. Anyway, over here is a bunch of Famicom games, because I recently got this, the AV Famicom, which kind of looks like an NES top loader, but it's a lot more flat on the top, and it only plays Famicom games, so yeah. That's pretty cool. But anyway, that's what this is for. I like these cartridges. They're so they look candy flavored almost. They're like so colorful. So yeah. Then moving down, we have a lot of games. My niece just cracked. But anyway, we have a lot of Xbox games. We got some GameCube games, a bunch of Wii games. On the end, we got some PS2, and then like what was that? Mortal Kombat for the Genesis, but in a case. So yeah, and this is Devil May Cry. I also have Devil May Cry 3. I don't have 2 because it's a piece of shit. But anyway, yeah, I've been playing a lot of Devil May Cry lately. It's been pretty fun. Definitely some good games. Devil May Cry 3 might be one of my favorite games of all time. So yeah, and then over here we just got like Family Guy, Xbox game, Catherine, and then some Sega Dreamcast stuff, which is right here. Anyway, I'll get to that later. Down here we got some more games. We got the Game Genies for SNES, and then Sega Genesis, and then Sonic and Knuckles. We got some NES games, N64 games, SNES games, and then Sega Genesis games. So yeah, that's basically it for the shelf. Hasn't changed a lot from last time, I don't think. But yeah, anyway, that's basically that. So let's move to this corner. Over here, we have a box of more PS2 games, just kind of random ones that I didn't like too much. So yeah, and then here we got a bunch of NES games. We got some Atari 2600 games. We got Commodore VIC-20 games, and then Commodore 64 cartridge games. And then over here, we have the APF TV Fun Pong console. This is from a time before cartridges. It was just one game on every console. So that was cool. I've had that for a long time, like since quarantine, basically. So this is old part of the collection. It still works, too. I do make sure to replace the batteries and clean out the slot from time to time so it doesn't corrode. But other than that, yeah, it still works, which is cool. So moving up over here, we got the main desk. Here we got a 1541 Commodore disk drive. It has a disk in it right now, I believe. So this is for the old discs, floppy disks. So right here I got, what is this? Attack of the Pesky Robots by the 8-Bit Guy. This is a custom modern game, ROM hack, whatever. I forget what they're called. But yeah, a homebrew. It's a homebrew, that's what it is. Right, but yeah, that just kind of sits in there, so that's cool. Right here I got the system, like the remote for my lights. Which, that's nice, but we'll turn off for this video. Here I got the Atari 2600 controller, which is the main console's right up here. So this is the Atari 2600 Junior model, which is the more newer version. It's basically the top loader to the original Atari kind of equivalent. So yeah, it works. This is my main one. I got Junior Pac-Man for the Junior Atari. And it's a nice, sleek 80s kind of look, and yeah, this is the second one, and then this is the original one, the one I showed you a little bit earlier. This one doesn't work, so that's why I bought this one to actually play with. Then below that, we got the actual Commodore 64 unit. It's a old computer, so that's cool. And then that attaches to this, obviously. You can also play cartridge games on it, too. Like, here we have Dance Fantasy. Let's see if I can figure this out in here. Somewhere back here. A little hard to do with one hand, but you kind of just plug it in. So yeah, I'll just leave that in there. Like, little chair in the way. But yeah, this is the chair I sit in to play this sort of stuff a lot of the time. So then resting, then below the Atari 2600 Junior is the little mini CRT TV. Pretty useful, pretty cool. I've had it for a while. So yeah, it's pretty useful for this little computer-like setup. It looks nice as well. So yeah. Then right here we have the Atari Master System control stick. It's kind of like a little arcade version for a Atari Master System, but it also works with the Commodore 64 plugin, so that's nice. Then right here we have the predecessor to the Commodore 64, the Commodore VIC-20. I do not use this anymore. As you can see, it's not plugged in anymore, where it used to be where this was. But it's nice. It's nice to look at, and who knows? Maybe once every while I'll plug it in, play some VIC-20 games, and it looks a lot better than this one in my opinion. So yeah. And then right here we got some little, I forget what these are called, but they're, you put them down to put a drink on it to like stop it from soaking into the table. What are they called? Whatever. But these are cool because they're like NES game, like shaped. So that's a little cool thing. So yeah, then over here we got the Xbox Series S. I used to play this a lot. I do have some videos on my channel, I believe, of me playing it. I know I did like that biking game, BMX, whatever the heck, once video with my friend Holland, so that's cool. Yeah, I don't play it too much anymore though, but yeah, it still looks cool, it sits there. But yeah, right here I have the Pong arcade one-up thing. It's cool. It's like 2-player. It also has a few other games on it. So yeah, I don't play it too often, but when I do, it's a good bit of fun. And then right here is the big TV. This is like a 50-inch, 60, 70 maybe. I don't know. It's not the greatest TV. It's a little finicky sometimes, but it's nice and big. It fills up the space good, and it does the tricks. It does the job. So yeah. Anyway, moving over here, we got the 2 chairs. This one's a little bent, a little shitty from my fat ass kind of rolling around on it, you know, messing with it a little too much. This one's good though. I usually use this one. So yeah, and then up a little more, we have some NES games. These are the main ones that I play a lot more, so I just keep them here, close to the NES console itself, you know, just for whenever I feel like playing. And then below that, we have a Wii Fit board, which I never use. But anyway, over here we got the main TVs. We got a CRT, a little TV in the middle, and then another big CRT. And then below that, we have a CRT remote, which is for this one. And then we have a Wii. This is the modded CTGP one, an Xbox One. So yeah, and then the TVs. So this is kind of like the main top part. And then moving down to the second area, the midsection, we got the Sega Genesis. Then we have the AV Famicom, which is cool. Then we have the original Nintendo Entertainment System, which is the American version of this basically. Over here we have an SNES with a cool sticker on it and a Super Mario Kart in it. Then we have the N64 with my favorite game of all times, Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time inside. This is a great console, also best game ever. Next to that we have the GameCube, some really good games on this like Wind Waker or Twilight Princess. Awesome console. So yeah, moving down, we have the Sega Dreamcast, which is a cool old console. It's been a little bit overlooked. I think it has a lot of hidden gems though, and it's definitely underrated, so I would recommend checking it out. So yeah, it's cool. Also has 4-player slots, which is nice for multiplayer games. So yeah, next to that we have the PS2, which I've been playing a lot of Devil May Cry on. Then we have PS1, which is the PS1 model, not the original PlayStation model. So yeah, then over here we have an Xbox 360, the original white model. I do have an Xbox 360e up in my room, but I don't use that too much. But yeah, then next to that we have the original Xbox, which is fun, has a lot of cool games on it. But yeah, that's basically it for that. So yeah, that's basically all my games and all my TVs and stuff. I play a lot of games down here. I don't really make videos on it too much anymore because I just like playing the games. But yeah, a lot of fun has happened down here. Also, yeah, just a random guitar, which I never play. But yeah, anyway, it's there. So, cool. So just one more kind of, here, I might zoom out. All right, I'm zoomed out. One big look at the room. So yeah, this is kind of just my game room. I do a lot of nerdy shit down here. You know, just play games, have fun, that sort of thing. I did not show it down here. Down here is just a big mess. A lot of Xbox games. NES Advantage, yep. A lamp, kind of a box for this thing, and then some random other cords and shit back there. But anyway, that's all a big mess, but I'll figure it out later. And in here, I'm not even gonna show it. It's a complete mess of random crap. But yeah, that's my collection. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, and I hope I will be making more videos soon in the future. I'm working on a big video project right now, so it might be a while before any like real videos come out again. But yeah, that's basically it. Hopefully you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in a video later. So, bye-bye.